All right, so I've been on YouTube a long time. I started my first YouTube channel in 2016, and now I probably have I think it's either four or five channels, right? And during my whole YouTube journey, I've made a ton of mistakes, especially with my first channel. It took me 5 years to reach 500 subscribers. And I've also coached and worked with a lot of creators, and I've noticed these same mistakes that they're making, specifically with new YouTube creators. So in this video, I want to talk about the 5 crucial mistakes that new YouTubers make that are keeping their channel small. So if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Adrian. I'm a full-time content creator and freelancer, and on this channel, I teach you how to monetize your skills and passions to make money online. Mistake number one is the value of your channel is unclear. And something I always say when it comes to this, and I also say this to a lot of my coaching clients, is if you don't know what the value of your channel is, how can you even expect a viewer to know what the value of your channel is? Because if you're confused about the value that you offer with your channel, I can bet that they're confused as well. And what I mean by value is, how does your channel and your content help the viewer, right? And value could be a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be education. Mostly every channel I've done is education based. That's what I teach my clients. Those are the main clients I work with they have educational type YouTube channels. But value could be entertainment. It could be even just sharing your journey. Like, that could be valuable to someone. For example, let's say you want to be a doctor and you're just documenting that journey of becoming a doctor. You're showing, going to school and just that whole process, right? You don't have to necessarily teach with that type of content, but the fact that you're documenting this journey can be valuable to someone who wants to be a doctor, because they want to know the process and what you go through on this journey to becoming a doctor. So just seeing that in the content could be valuable to someone. So you should be able to easily communicate to anyone. You could just be talking to someone and you should be able to tell them what your channel is all about and how it serves someone and how it can help someone in some kind of way. And this is like an important foundational piece to growing your channel. So if you don't know that and you can't communicate that, then you need to go back to the drawing board, right? Because if you don't have this piece, this is the foundation, then nothing else is going to work. So you should ask yourself these questions: who do I serve, and how does my content help them? How is my content valuable to them? It doesn't have to be something crazy. It could be, like I just said, it could just be sharing your journey. All right, so let's get into mistake number two. I took way too long on mistake number one. That could honestly be a whole video. But mistake number two is bad thumbnails. And I know you're probably like, I've heard this before. I hear this in every YouTube video teaching people about YouTube. But the thing is, people still make bad thumbnails, right? There's all this content about YouTube and thumbnails. I even coach people on this, and yet some of these people, after the coaching session, they're still making bad thumbnails. I don't know what it is. And honestly, from what I see when it comes to thumbnails, like, a lot of people struggle with the just design aspect and just making it look professional and high quality. But a lot of what I'm seeing is people just aren't putting enough effort into their thumbnails. I see a lot of channels that don't even make custom thumbnails, which is crazy to me. That you're expecting to grow, you want to grow, you want all these views, but you don't even have a custom thumbnail. You don't even do a custom thumbnail. Like, I feel like you've already lost. It doesn't even matter how good the content is if you're not packaging that content correctly with a high quality thumbnail. So I would say the first step when it comes to this is, like I said, just making sure that you're actually creating a custom thumbnail and not just doing like the generated screenshot that YouTube has when you're uploading your video. And something that I've learned over the years of being on YouTube is, when it comes to thumbnail design, simple works. I think a lot of people overcomplicate this. They just go over the top with it, but simple works when it comes to thumbnails. And when I say simple, that could just be a plain background, high quality face shot, and just like 3 letters, 3 words of text. So it's just really 3 elements. You got your plain background, so it's not all distracting. You have a high quality image of yourself that can reinforce what your topic in video content is about, right? You could show a sad face, a happy face, that can kind of add context to the content. And then text, right? It could just be 2 or 3 words that kind of just entice the viewer to want to watch and click. That is just an extension of your title, topic, and content. So that's the best way I could put it. Just keep it simple. Don't try to do too much. Think about what you want that viewer to feel or think about when they see that thumbnail. Maybe it's a little bit of mystery, maybe it's a little bit of curiosity, or maybe it's just a very straightforward type thumbnail where you're just trying to effectively communicate this is what you're going to get in this video, because that works as well. All right, guys, let's get into mistake number 3, and that is bad titles. And when it comes to titles, the title works with the thumbnail. Like, you could have a good thumbnail and a bad title, and that video could struggle. Or you could have vice versa, a good title and a really bad thumbnail, and that video just doesn't do well. So both of these, I feel like they work together, and you have to really put the effort into both of them to give your video the best chance to perform well. Now, just like your thumbnails, you can have different approaches to your titles. So I don't think when it comes to titles that you just do it one way. That's not how I've learned how to create effective titles. I feel like there's different title strategies that you can implement. For example, I have some titles that are more search based, so it's more so focused on a keyword. And then I have other titles where I'm not even thinking about SEO search based. It's just more so, what is a title that would connect with the type of viewer that I'm trying to reach? And then you could have titles similar to thumbnails that kind of evoke an emotion or a feeling in a viewer. When it comes to titles, just like I said in the beginning with mistake number 1 and knowing the true value of your channel, that process kind of goes into titles as well. Like, what is the value of this content? What is the value that someone would get from this title? I feel like when you really know the value of your channel and you really know your target viewer, it becomes easier to create effective titles, because you know the types of things that your target audience is going to respond to. If you're new and you're really struggling with titles, I think it makes sense to go back to your target audience and really knowing the details of that person, like what level they're at. Or they are beginner, intermediate, right? That plays into your titles, right? If it's more of a, let's say you make content about golf, they're a beginner golfer. Okay, maybe I should put beginner golfer in a lot of my titles, because that's my target audience. So think about your target audience, the interests they have, the pain points they have, the transformation that they're trying to achieve. And I think that helps you kind of start to formulate good titles. All right, so mistake number 4, new YouTubers have this real bad, like really, really bad. And that is putting too much of a focus on SEO and keywords. Like, I couldn't tell you how many people reach out to me that need YouTube help, and the first thing that a lot of these people mention is that they need their videos optimized better. Like, literally. And then when I look at their channel, or even if I look at their analytics, that's not the issue. It's honestly crazy that some people actually think like this is the thing that is going to truly just grow the channel and just make the channel take off. And I'm all for SEO. It's a big piece of my content strategy, but just thinking that SEO alone is going to really move that needle and grow the channel is just crazy if you really understand YouTube. See, because think about it, you could have really good SEO, you could have really targeted and specific keywords, but your content could not be good. Content is king. It doesn't matter how much you optimize the content if the content doesn't deliver. Like I said, I'm all for SEO. It's definitely something that you want to have in your content strategy. It can bring you in consistent views. It can help, with evergreen content that continues to work for you years later. I have videos from 2016 that continue to get views now, right? Because of SEO and evergreen content. But I do think, creators and new creators need to focus less on this and go back to the value of your channel and your target audience. I feel like SEO can only get you so far, right? And from my experience, SEO is more of a slow burn type of growth. Like, it doesn't get you from my experience, the explosive kind of views, right? I've seen more of that when it comes to like browse and suggested, those types of traffic sources. SEO is more, it could take time. It's a slow burn, but it just consistently brings you in views. But I think, most new creators need to go back to the value of the channel, the target audience, right? What are the things that they're trying to learn? What are their pain points? What are they struggling with? What is the transformation that they're trying to achieve? And then creating topics and content around that. All right, so the last mistake that new YouTubers make is they have no clear strategy or goals. Now, from experience in creating multiple channels, coming into some of these channels, I didn't have a clear goal. It was just more so, something that I just hopped into. And, thinking about that, those channels were harder for me to maintain, and I struggled more with those channels because there was no true purpose, strategy, and just an end goal that I'm trying to achieve with that channel. And something I talk about a lot with coaching clients and when I'm talking about YouTube advice is having a purpose for your content. Like, each piece of content should have some kind of purpose, and it doesn't have to be a big purpose. It could be, it's being more intentional with your content, having a strategy behind it. I may have some content where I'm trying to drive sales. I may have some content where I'm trying to get people to click on my affiliate links. I may have some content where I'm trying to really connect with my core audience on a deeper level, right? So each video has a purpose, right? And I think your overall channel should have a purpose and goal. Like what are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to grow is it an online business and you're using YouTube as a way to grow that online business and to bring more eyes to that online business? Are you trying to become an influencer and get, sponsorships and brand deals and things like that? Are you using your channel to generate leads, right? You want it to be more lead generation focused for your business. And I think knowing this kind of determines, the type of content you're going to post, just pretty much everything on your channel, because there's a bigger picture and there's an end goal. So I think new YouTubers really need to think about the purpose of their content, the overall goal of the channel, because I just think it's going to be easier to grow that channel and you're most likely to have better success instead of just throwing content and throwing things at the wall and just looking to see what sticks. It's more intention, it's more strategy, it's more, bigger end goal picture behind what you're doing. If you are a new YouTuber and you're struggling with some of this stuff and you just feel like stuck and you're not getting any traction or not the traction that you're looking for on your channel, check out my Fiverr link below where I offer YouTube services and also YouTube coaching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop it a big like, subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.